Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone this Friday afternoon? I'm Talmar Anderson with Boss Actions, and today we're talking about Indeed. Indeed is changing all the time right now. If you've been placing employment ads and recruiting, which I know so many people are trying to do right now, they keep changing their game over there in Indeed, and I wanted to discuss it a little bit. You know how I found out they changed? I looked at it 2 days after I had already decided and taught a way to work on Indeed. 2 days later, we looked at it and it was completely different. So, I'm going to give you some details on how you can take advantage of the new ways that they're showing ads and placing your costs involved. But please be mindful, they are changing all the time. So, hopefully it'll still be good by the time you actually get to use this information. So let's go back. I was in Savannah a couple days ago with my clients doing our VIP Boss Days. Would love to see you there. And we were going through some best practices on how to make sure you got the most visibility for your employment ad. They had done a situation where they changed how you can get your ad seen. That's part of how they're starting to do their profitability model. So I was explaining a certain idea, and I asked someone who currently had an ad placed to pull theirs up so we could look at it as an example. And wouldn't you know, I was wrong. It wasn't there. There was literally the information I was teaching was gone. So in specifically, or most specifically, we were discussing that you used to have to pick the different towns around you that you wanted your ad to be seen. Now that was a change from the way they did it years ago, but we were discussing the different ways to try to get more eyeballs on your ad and where that cost might be good. So I was trying to show them something that Indeed had changed again. So the change now at this time is that if you go to place an ad on Indeed, you'll have 3 choices on how to get that visibility for your ad. They will definitely affect your pricing. Unfortunately, it's not just a flat rate that they're like, if you choose A, you pay this dollars. There's all kinds of algorithms working in the background, but you have to know the more visibility you go with, the more expense will be there for sure. But let's just talk about the 3 ways that you can choose your visibility. The first one is your location. They don't define it overly well, but the idea is if you're in a town with your address, is the way it looks like it's pulling, the address where you live is going to be able to, anyone in that little region, that very small, direct, targeted area, will be able to see this ad as somebody that's hiring. Now, that's great for retail and people that, we can't have people driving across a state, that kind of thing. The second choice now is statewide. And that's because sometimes while local, our employees will drive a little bit to come work for us or don't have to be in our office all the time. So we can make it a little more distant. And by Indeed making just your town visible, it was really limiting the number of applicants that were seeing it and the way we were getting candidates into our door. So they were trying to find a way to, I think, make it a little more accessible. And the best way they found was to make statewide an option. Now, if you're worried that the far reaches of your state, those people would never get to your office in time, I got to tell you, they probably won't apply. Just make sure your ad mentions maybe the hometown that you're located in, or if, there's a better area for someone to be living in so they can identify where they're coming to you to work. Does that make sense? That makes sense, right? So even though it says statewide, I think that in certain areas where you really need either different cities and towns, maybe even different counties to be able to see your ad, that's going to be your choice. But the third ad is nationwide. And actually, I'm really excited that they made this choice because it was harder if you were working in a remote situation, which a lot of businesses are doing these days. And it was less important that your person was physically located near your business. It was harder to get Indeed to kind of engage that in the right way. So I actually do like this new way that they're doing. I think it's much easier for you when you place your employment ad to understand, well, do I just want eyeballs right in my neighborhood? Do I want eyeballs a little further, but still regional? Or do I want the opportunity to have the whole nation have the opportunity to find my ad and decide if this is the kind of thing that they want to be doing for a great job with a great boss like you, right? So I think this change is a good one. I think it's much easier than what I was trying to teach at my workshop about the idea of finding regions that were close by. It takes a lot less pressure off of you when you're placing your ads. So this is one of their changes that I like, I understand, and I support. I'm really excited about it. So when you go in, it's going to be, I think, easier to get the kind of eyeballs on your ad that you want. Now, we know that there's not a lot of movement in hiring right now, and some industries are just ravaged and desperate for people. So I understand that. If you need some more ideas, reach out to me. I'm always willing to try to help brainstorm some concepts of what we can be doing. But be mindful. There are great people waiting to work for you. They want a great boss. They want your job. It's just about learning some of the nuances and steps on using things outside of just Indeed. It's a great platform, but it should not be your only outreach when you're trying to hire. I want to thank you for your time and attention. If you have questions, guess what? Right here on our screen, yeah, you can set an appointment with me, zoomwithtalmar.com. You can give us a call to schedule something. But regardless, if you feel frustrated about hiring and managing, you don't have to do this alone. We're here for you. We want to help you learn how to rock your bossitude. So please reach out because you deserve the kind of team that delivers the results that will make your clients so happy they can only refer more business to you. And that's possible. All right, everybody, boss on.